Have you ever stood in a lush, green forest, felt the sunlight filtering through the leaves, and just taken a deep, fresh breath? It feels incredible, doesn't it? But have you ever wondered what makes that air so clean and life-giving? The answer is a magical process happening all around us, every single second of every single day. It's called photosynthesis, and it's the quiet, constant miracle that powers our entire planet. It's how plants take what we breathe out, carbon dioxide, and transform it into the very air we need to breathe in. It's the ultimate recycling program, and today, we are going to dive deep into how this incredible natural factory works. So, what does a plant need to perform this amazing feat? Well, just like any good recipe, it starts with a few key ingredients. First and foremost, you need energy, and the ultimate source of energy for life on Earth is our sun. Imagine its powerful rays traveling millions of miles through space, arriving here as pure, brilliant light. This sunlight is the spark that ignites the whole process. Next up, we need water. Think about the last time you watered a plant. That water doesn't just sit there, it's absorbed by the plant's roots, traveling up through the stem and into the leaves. It's like a plumbing system, delivering a crucial ingredient right where it's needed. And the final ingredient is something we're all very familiar with because we produce it with every breath we exhale: carbon dioxide. This invisible gas is all around us in the atmosphere. Plants have these tiny, microscopic pores on their leaves called stomata. Think of them as little mouths that open up to breathe in the carbon dioxide from the air. So we have our ingredients: sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide. Now, where does the magic happen? Let's take a closer look at those key ingredients. When we talk about light, plants are actually quite picky. They don't just use any light. They prefer specific colors from the light spectrum. Think of it like a rainbow. Plants are amazing at absorbing light in the blue and red parts of that rainbow, but they reflect most of the green light. That's exactly why most plants look green to us. Now, for water. How does it get from the soil all the way up to the leaves? The secret is a process called osmosis. The roots have tiny root hairs that act like superabsorbent straws. Water naturally moves from an area of high concentration, like the damp soil, into the roots where the concentration is lower. From there, it's pulled up through the plant's internal plumbing system, a network of tubes called the xylem, all the way to the leaves. And finally, carbon dioxide. It enters the leaf through tiny pores called stomata. Think of them as little mouths on the leaf surface. Each stoma is flanked by two special guard cells. These cells can swell up or shrink to open or close the pore, regulating how much CO2 gets in and how much water vapor gets out. It's a delicate balancing act to get enough fuel without drying out. We need to zoom in, way in. Deep inside the plant's leaf, we find billions of tiny cells. And inside these cells are even tinier structures called chloroplasts. These are the real powerhouses, the miniature green factories where photosynthesis takes place. So, all the ingredients have arrived at the factory, the leaf. But let's go even deeper, inside the chloroplast itself. If you could shrink down and look inside one, you wouldn't just see a green blob. You'd see a highly organized structure. There are stacks of flattened sacs that look like green pancakes. Each stack is called a granum, and the individual pancakes are thylakoids. This is where the magic of capturing light happens. The fluid-filled space surrounding these stacks is called the stroma. This is where the sugar building will take place. And it's not just one type of green pigment doing the work. The star player is chlorophyll A, but it has backup singers like chlorophyll B and other accessory pigments called carotenoids. These helpers can capture different colors of light, broadening the plant's energy gathering potential and passing that energy along to chlorophyll A. And what makes them green? A remarkable pigment called chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is the secret sauce. It's what gives plants their signature green color. Inside the thylakoids, the light-dependent reactions kick off. Imagine sunlight hitting the chlorophyll, exciting its electrons and starting a chain reaction, almost like a microscopic game of hot potato. This energy is used to split water molecules, releasing oxygen, and it also generates two crucial energy-carrying molecules, ATP and NADPH. These are like tiny, charged batteries ready to power the next stage. Now, these charged batteries move out into the stroma for the Calvin cycle. This part doesn't need light directly. Here, the plant uses the energy from ATP and NADPH to grab carbon dioxide from the air. A very important enzyme called IUBISCO, the most abundant enzyme on Earth, by the way, helps fix the carbon into an organic molecule. Through a series of complex steps, the cycle turns and uses the carbon to build a 3-carbon sugar. Some of these sugars are used to regenerate the starting materials for the cycle, but every so often, one is set aside. 2 of these 3-carbon sugars can then combine to form the grand prize, a 6-carbon glucose molecule. And more importantly, it has the unique ability to capture the energy from sunlight, acting like a tiny solar panel. With our ingredients gathered and our factory ready, the process can begin. Photosynthesis happens in 2 main stages. Of course, this whole factory doesn't always run at the same speed. Several factors can affect the rate of photosynthesis. Think about light intensity. On a cloudy day, the factory slows down because there isn't enough light energy. But on a super bright day, it can also get overwhelmed and shut down to prevent damage. The amount of carbon dioxide matters too. If there's not enough CO2, the assembly line has to pause. And just like us, plants have a favorite temperature. If it's too cold, the enzymes work sluggishly. If it's too hot, they can break down entirely. So, a plant is constantly adjusting to find that perfect sweet spot of light, CO2, and temperature to be as productive as possible. The first stage is called the light-dependent reactions, and as the name suggests, it needs sunlight. When sunlight strikes the chlorophyll inside the chloroplasts, its energy is captured. The impact of this simple process is truly monumental. Billions of years ago, early photosynthetic organisms started pumping oxygen into the atmosphere. This led to what scientists call the Great Oxidation Event, which completely changed our planet and paved the way for complex life, like us, to evolve. And that glucose molecule? Its journey is just beginning. It might be stored as starch for later, or used to build the plant's body. Or it could be eaten by a herbivore, passing that solar energy up the food web, from a rabbit to a fox, powering nearly all life on Earth. So the next time you see a simple green leaf, remember the incredible, life-sustaining factory working inside. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the wonders of our world. This burst of energy is so powerful that it is used to do something incredible. It splits water molecules. Remember the water that came up from the roots? It gets broken apart into its basic components. And in this process, a very important byproduct is created and released: oxygen. That's right, the oxygen we breathe is literally a leftover from this first step. But the plant isn't done yet. The energy captured from the sun is stored in special energy-carrying molecules. Now, we move to the second stage, which doesn't directly need light. It's called the Calvin cycle. This is where the carbon dioxide that the plant breathed in comes into play. Using the energy stored from the first stage, the plant takes the carbon dioxide and goes through a complex series of chemical reactions to convert it into something much more useful, a simple sugar called glucose. So, after all that work, what has the plant produced? 2 things that are absolutely vital for life on Earth. First, as we saw, is oxygen. The plant releases this oxygen back into the atmosphere through its stomata, replenishing the air we breathe. Every breath you take is a thank you to the plants for carrying out this process. The second output is glucose. This sugar is the plant's food. It's pure energy. The plant uses this glucose to fuel its own life processes. It uses it to grow taller, to sprout new leaves, to build strong roots, and to produce flowers and fruits. This glucose is the foundation of the food chain. When an animal eats a plant, it's consuming that stored energy. And when another animal eats that animal, the energy is passed on again. So, whether you're eating a salad or a steak, the energy you're getting ultimately came from the sun, captured by a plant through photosynthesis. Let's zoom back out now. From the tiny chloroplast inside a single leaf, to the entire plant standing strong. Then, to the vast forest, a whole community of these green factories working in unison. And finally, let's pull back all the way to see our beautiful Earth from space. That vibrant blue and green marble, teeming with life. Nearly all of that life, in one way or another, depends on this single, elegant process. Photosynthesis doesn't just give us the air we breathe, it provides the food we eat and the energy that flows through every ecosystem. It's a silent, constant, and beautiful process that connects the sun, the air, the water, and every living thing on our planet. The next time you see a simple green leaf, take a moment to appreciate the incredible, life-sustaining factory working inside. It's a reminder of the amazing and interconnected world we are all a part of. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into the world of plants. If you found this fascinating, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into the wonders of science. See you next time.